The Mean Team is the third episode of Mary Kate and Ashley in action. This one has a relatively interesting narrative and some really nice bits of animation. Mary Kate and Ashley have to go and be undercover at the Global Games. And we have a gymnast who is causing some problems. And I don't want to say too much more than that, of course. The whole episode is about 20-something minutes, so I don't want to spoil too much. But they have to put their gymnastic skills to use, of course, to appear undercover, which I thought was really well done. The animation of the gymnasts and of Mary Kate and Ashley doing the gymnastics, I thought looked really great, visually very well done. I didn't really care for any of the characters who were brought into this for this narrative. That's not to say they were not necessarily likable, I just didn't find them that fascinating. But I was curious to find out what was going on, and we get some interesting insights into why certain characters might be behaving the way they are and the effects of not necessarily having a proper childhood because you're spending your entire childhood training for something such as gymnastics, which I thought was a really interesting take and something that I thought was actually really valuable information to provide, or information to discuss at least. So the narrative definitely has some interesting points, some interesting food for thought. I don't dislike any of the characters necessarily. I just didn't really care for them very much. But obviously that's not including Mary Kate and Ashley and the usual characters. So it's not my favourite of the three so far. I've only seen the first three. But that being said, I didn't dislike it. I think the narrative was a good idea. I think it was well executed. The animation of the characters, particularly when they're moving, when they're doing gymnastics, that I quite liked. I thought that was quite good. So obviously I don't have any complaints with this one. It might not be my favourite, but I enjoyed it well enough. I thought we had some good insights and the progression of the narrative was fine. The pacing was good. We got to the point immediately, which is always nice. And it wasn't too bad. The Mean Team may not be my favourite of the three so far, but I enjoyed it enough.